Hi everyone, it's Agnes, and today I'm going to go live and answer a question from a viewer. Sasha, you asked, can you do a YouTube to move from the state of the wish to the state of the wish fulfilled? Okay, so how we do that? Firstly, it's practice. Secondly, it's discipline. Thirdly, it's focus. And it's really being able to capture when we are in the end result. So when we have a desire for something, you have to think of it and say to yourself, if I knew that I would shortly receive this, how would I feel right now? And then you capture that feeling. And what you do is you walk around with it saying, I love this, I love this, I love this. I love living in the state of having. I love thinking of having. I love enjoying mentally thinking of having this thing that I want. And you carry it around with you, you see. It becomes something that you get better at as you practice, of course. So you got to stop seeing it as there's a space between you and that thing over there, and you've got to just make over there over here, so to speak, okay? So that's one of the ways, Sasha, that you can do it. Also doing meditations where you're actually doing a guided meditation that puts you in that state, and that you are in that state for 20 minutes or half an hour, and then when you come out of it, it's much easier then to hold it. And then what happens is it kind of tapers off and it gets less, but you can do it for longer periods of time as you practice. So as soon as you start to feel that, oh, when am I going to get this, you've separated yourself and you're not living in the wish fulfilled. As soon as you get that feeling to be fully immersed, and really it's an emotional thing. It's mental, yes, but it's an emotional thing. Being in a state is about a feeling place. Being in the state is about just being relaxed and in the knowing and having the faith that you just can have it. You can have it. You can have it. You can have it. And knowing that, you see. So yeah, there's so many ways to live in the wish fulfilled, but using imagination, using guided meditations, using affirmations as you exercise, go walking, in the shower, while you're washing the dishes, affirming, I am now enjoying this, whatever this is. I'm now enjoying this. I'm now enjoying this. Okay, and you just, or I love this. I love my specific person. I love my brand new car. I love. So, on that note, now you can hop in and ask some questions and I will answer them. Can I ask if you know anything about metaphysical concept of healing a broken relationship? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, my whole channel is about creating, a lot of my YouTubes are about specific person, ways to get people back, what to change in yourself. So maybe put into my channel, Agnes Vivarelli, specific person, you'll see lots of stuff there that will help you. Okay, because that's a really big question that I can't answer in 5 minutes. Can you attract a very specific person if you've never met them? Yeah, of course you can. You live in the end result. You live from it. You live from the wish fulfilled. Exactly what the topic of this YouTube is today. How to develop feelings when a lot of time has gone. I'm not sure what you mean, how you develop feelings. I mean, I think, yeah, you need to give me more. I can't really answer that. It's not really clear to me, darling. Okay? Me and my person have a rift in our relationship and I want him to treat me better. Okay, well, if you want someone to treat you better, you have to be better. Meaning you have to feel loved. You have to feel lovable. You have to see your person as treating you better. While you've got the problem active, you're going to keep getting problem on the outside, okay? So you have to activate, I'm in a beautiful relationship. This relationship is easy. This relationship flows. We are kind to each other. We understand each other. Relationships are easy. Relationships between him and me, or him and, depending on whether, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female or same sex, none of that matters. You just get that feeling of, I love this relationship. It feels good. While you're got active within you, problems, you're going to keep getting photocopies of that on the outside because your state then attracts that. How to attract a pregnancy? Can I manifest twin babies? Yes, you've got to imagine it. You've got to put the energy into it mentally and emotionally. Live in the end result. I love being pregnant with twins. I love knowing that I'm having twins. Isn't it fantastic? I had a friend that wanted babies. She actually put baby powder in her bathroom and she would sprinkle her pillow with it every night. And she manifested getting pregnant and she got exactly what she wanted. There were some hurdles along the way, which I won't share because it's personal to her. But yeah, that was one little thing she did that was really, really, really helpful to her. So you can manifest. Caroline, I love this person. We're great friends. We text often. That was too quick. I couldn't read it. I have still not been able to meet the LDR guy. I didn't catch that. Long distance relationship guy. Pop it up again, darling, so I can answer you. You know, this is the key really to manifesting. There has to be where you delete the problem within you. So many emails I get from a lot of you telling me the problem, which of course if you want to help with a solution, that's fine. But when you're in your own time, you got to put your energy and your focus on the solution, thinking about it, feeling relief. You got to hit relief. You got to look for relief in what you're thinking and what you're feeling. The more you look for relief, the more you create relief on the outside. Okay? Okay, how does attracting a specific someone work if this person has a different sexual orientation to you? Well, that's a much bigger question than I can answer quickly on here, darling. You might have to send an email because that's a big one. Okay? Your messages all come up at once and then nothing. Wondering if you have any success stories in using this technique for weight loss. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I do know there's a guy, I don't know if I've shared his story, a guy called William that I know. And he actually sent love to his body. He works in a restaurant. He owns a restaurant, I think. And he sent love to his body. He didn't change his diet. He just kept sending love to his body. Because when you're trying to lose weight, there's a good chance you don't like your body. So, and you're saying, negative things to your body regularly. So he sent love to his body and he lost a substantial amount of weight by doing that one thing. Okay, now, Patty, if you're saying with a stubborn person, see, that's the contents of your consciousness. If you have got active, that person is stubborn, that's you creating a person that's stubborn coming in front of you. To change the stubbornness, you have to change your perception of them and say they're loving and kind and flexible. I love how flexible they are, you see. Les, it is gonna, the lives actually get uploaded straight to YouTube. I don't actually do anything, so you will be able to see this later, darling. Okay, having a hard time grasping the concept of everyone as you pushed out. Yeah, it takes a while to understand that. It is a big, big thing. But basically, with everyone as you pushed out, what happens is anything you think, feel, and believe about you, or you think, feel, and believe about another person, creates what you experience. So in the case of that person saying, that person's stubborn, then they're going to photocopy, that person is going to approach with stubbornness in their character and how they approach that particular person that made that comment, you see. So that's how everyone is you pushed out. That's an example of how it operates. Okay, so to get that to stop, you have to project something else, like they're loving and kind. I love how easy they are to talk to. I love how we understand each other. I love how we meet each other halfway. Okay, so those kind of thoughts are what's needed. Okay, husband in another relationship series, she used LOA, I want my story to be stronger. Can this be done? Yeah, but you have to believe it. I know it can be done, but it has to be a belief that you have. Okay? So, Shell, how can I affect my dreams? For a very long time, my dreams have been very fear-based. Well, dreams, I think, in my experience, echo what's going on in your daily life. So, if you're having a lot of fear dreams, and I've been through that myself when I've had some disturbing stuff going on in my personal life, my dreams echo that. So it's working on the stuff in your 3D life, as in all the stuff we talk about on the channel, meditations, affirmations, self-love, as in taking care of yourself, not just your body, but your mind, you know, letting go, practicing surrender, practicing using your mind to direct it to good thoughts. Because if you let your mind go, we know where that goes. A lot of us have already had that experience. How can you let go and still imagine that you can be back together? You're not letting go of the desire, you're letting go of the negative stuff, the doubts, the it's never going to happen, how long is this going to take, when's this going to happen, is there anything I have to do? All that stuff is what you're letting go of, you see. You hang on to the desire, but you let go of all that stuff around it. Okay? Yeah, it's a constant daily thing to train your mind. According to Neville, we are God. If I am God, I can have whoever I want, right? Well, if you believe, you can be God and not believe. You have to believe. The entire thing that manifests comes through belief. You can do all the affirmations, all the meditations, all the everything in the world, but if you don't believe, you don't get your thing, whatever the thing is. Okay, Guckleberry, it was too quick. I didn't get a chance to read it. Post it up again. Okay, is it all right if we change back and forth between different visualizations if we get bored after doing one after a... Yeah, sure. I mean, I think that's, Disha, what? You know, sometimes you listen to a meditation for a while and you know it so well, so you need something fresh. So yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, for sure. You know, you might have the theme of, I want to manifest a specific person, but you might do one scene of going to a cafe with them and enjoying a beautiful romantic meal, but then you might go, okay, after a couple of months, I might try and do the going to the movies and imagine that. So yeah, that's fine. Keep it fun. Keep it full of love. Keep it fresh. If you manifest an ex back, do you talk over old issues or forget about them and have a fresh start? Damn good question, Molly. In my experience of going back and revisiting old stuff, you just reinfect yourself and it creates the issue again. So my thing that's worked extremely well for me, you deactivate it, you don't go over it, you start fresh, new day, I'm not saying never talk about anything, but if you're going to go back to what happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, the past is still alive in you if you keep reinfecting yourself with what happened then, you see. So, yeah, put love into the day and then start a fresh new day and a fresh new relationship. Ex-boyfriend is seeing me as a threat. He has insecurities and resentments, but he also loves me. What do I do? Well, Guckleberry, go and watch the YouTubes Everyone Is You Pushed Out. There's something in you that's creating him doing this, you see. Everyone is you pushed out. So whatever you hold in your contents of your consciousness about him, about you, then brings him in that way. Oh, okay. I've been practicing LOA self-love for months, and now psychics have told me, I didn't catch the rest of that, darling. I'm job searching, target 3 great companies. How to put out, too fast. Too fast. I've been practicing LOA self-love for months, and now psychics told me my specific person feels nothing. How could that be? Well, can you go to my channel and watch the YouTube's called Reassurance? Because psychics will tell you what they want to tell you, what they feel they're reading about you, and I will say often they will read your fears. You are going there for reassurance because you've got doubts. You've got a big fear thing going out. So you go to a psychic and they read your fear, and then they create the thing you don't want a lot of the time, okay? You got to stop looking for outside reassurance if you really want to create and be a conscious creator, okay? To consciously create is to reassure yourself, okay? So have a look at the Reassurance YouTubes to help you. Hi, and yes, you teach us surrendering is the place where we don't care if he comes back or not. Then how can we still live in the end? No, you're living in the end of the relationship, but you're surrendering and letting go of the doubts and the fears. You're not letting go of the relationship per se, okay? 2 different things. I kept accidentally putting "ow" in thoughts. Can I visualize a breakup? I can't really answer that without knowing more. Star, I didn't catch the last part of your thing there. Pop it up again. Is it possible to attract someone who lives in another country? Yes, even if the person isn't a citizen of the country where I live. Well, in my experience, I'm not a citizen of the country I'm in, and my specific person lived in another country. I was in Sydney, Australia, and they were in London, England, which is a 25-hour flight away. So yes, if I can do it, it exists for others as well. For sure. Oh, O-W, other woman. Okay, thanks. I didn't know that. What about free will? How can I didn't catch the rest of that. Patty, how can I visualize his face better? Patty, don't worry about the face. That's a really common issue where people cannot visualize the face. It happened to me, and I get many emails about people that want a specific person. They can't manifest. They can't visualize the face, and they get distressed because they think, this is the person I really want to be with, and how come I can't see their face? Don't know why, but it is like a really common thing. So if you can see the person's clothes, you obviously know it's them. You can see the color of their hair. You can see roughly how tall they are, their body mass, how big they are, how small they are. Just create those details. Obviously the color of their skin, just put that in. See, the thing is, the universe knows that you mean them. They do. Will you do a long meditation on I am getting everything that I desire with lots of affirmations? Send it to my email, because I get lots of requests and they go into a book, and then I do them when I can. I'm doing self-love meditate and attracting all the wrong exes. How can I be more specific for the one I want? Well, you got to imagine the one you want. You got to imagine that person. Okay? Oh, Guckberry, sorry, I didn't catch it. What does the feeling of relief and indifference feel like before you go downhill in your manifesting? Now, relief and indifference are totally different things. Relief feels good. Indifference is kind of, you know, like you don't care. So relief is a great feeling. Relief is about, oh, that feels so much better. I feel happier. I feel more relief. I feel more joy. I feel more love. Okay? Life is beautiful. Thank you. Online guy unblocks what to do. You got to look at, Sunshine, what you're projecting about that. You got to look at what you're doing. Why is this happening back and forth, back and forth? Because there is something in you about maybe I don't matter, I'm not important, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, I'm not good enough. Maybe have a look at those. And yes, I've let go of many negative, and now I don't even fear or doubt of being together. I didn't care. It's too long. Sorry. Thanks a bunch for answering our queries. No worries, Disha. I'm trying. And yes, please answer me. How can we manifest someone who is totally not interested in us? Well, see, the fact that you say they're not interested in you is the contents of your consciousness. You have to change that and say, I love this person's interested in me. They notice me. I'm a priority. I'm important. I matter. You have to be in the solution, you see. We talked online only yet, how to change the projection. Well, you got to see them in front of you. Remember, it's always living in the end. Always create scenes that imply the end result you want. I hope you guys can still hear me. The washing machine is on the spin cycle. Yeah, always look at what you want and then create a scene that gives you the answer. Always. What can I do about the mutual friends who think me and my ex are wrong for each other and don't want us back together? Stop talking to them about that subject. Okay? People that don't want you to be with people, there's going to be, everybody's got some of those in their lives. And that happened to me as well. I just stopped talking to people about it, kept my focus on what I wanted to manifest, kept my mouth shut in terms of talking to those people. And see, you got to understand too, people that say this or that, they don't understand conscious creation, that whatever you had with them before was because of what you were doing. Once people understand that, they don't need to say that to you anymore. Kat, how to manifest a new car? Spend some time imagining that you're driving it inside, not that you're looking through the window into it, that you're inside looking out. Okay, so you've got to put some effort into being in it, living from it. Keeping faith with considerable time passing. Like, how do you keep the faith? I didn't quite understand that as a question, darling. Just be a bit more specific. How to get over can't be loved because fat. I know looks don't matter, but it's troubling. You got to say, I am loved. Look, there's a guy, if you send me an email, whoever asked that question, there's a guy that I put some YouTubes up about. He actually didn't even have legs, and he's got one arm, and the other arm's not even in a very good state. And he manifested being married, having 2 kids, and having a beautiful wife who loves him. So his perception of himself, even though he was just half a person, technically, didn't stop him from being loved. You see, it's not what you are. It's how you feel about you. So you got to change what you're thinking about your body, about, I'm not going to be lovable unless I'm perfect, or unless perfect in your eyes, as in whatever you think is perfect, you see. So, yeah, send me an email and I'll send you that YouTube about that guy called Nick, he actually shares his story and his life. He's amazing. Yeah, Disha, it was an amazing story. Yeah, incredible. Actually, you know what? You don't have to email me. I will be able to put it down in the description of this YouTube once it uploads. Okay, it's about, hang on, let me write it down so I don't forget. It's the guy's called Nick something. Yeah. I have a person in my life who stayed almost 5 years by my side. Can you put that up again? I only caught half of it. Oh, sunshine. Okay. Good stuff. How to stay positive when considering time passing with no evidence of desire in sight. Well, it's just practice. And it's continuing to be, this is what conscious creation is. It's endless. It's endless creating, and it's never done. So you got to say to yourself, okay, if something hasn't manifested for a long time, am I actually creating properly? I need to find out about what is it that I'm doing that's working, and maybe I'm doing stuff that's not working. You got to really look at how you put your energy mentally, emotionally, your beliefs into your daily, life. Excuse me. How to increase patience while manifesting. You don't have to increase patience. If you're actually people that say that about patience means you're not in the wish fulfilled. It means you're thinking of you here and that's over there, whatever it is that you want. You actually need to be over there feeling the joy and the fun and the relief and the enjoyment of your manifestation. You don't need patience when you're in that state fully, okay? How to manifest a specific person. Do you have to stop thinking about them? No. Hello, you think about them. You enjoy them mentally. You think of scenes where they're with you. There's so many specific person meditations and projection meditations on my channel that you can use to think about your person in the way of living in the end result. Should I tell the person I'm helping create what he wants? I mean, impressing the state he desires. I'm not really sure what you mean. As in what he wants about you or about another subject, or... Not really clear to be able to answer that one, darling. Thank you so much, Agnes. Yes, it's Nick. Yeah, it is Nick Vujicic. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Thanks. Is there a way I can get over it? I didn't catch that. Pop it up again. There's a child involved in a third-party situation that I attracted, and I have some guilt with manifesting and living in the end. Yeah, without knowing more about that, I can't really comment. Helping him get a job, for example. Yes, if it's something like that, yeah, definitely. You can assist people all the time. Remember, you've got power of influence, so you can actually imagine for people the things you know they want for themselves. I don't want to let go now as I've come a far way, and I know it's about me, not my love. Good stuff. Are you going to do any new meditation videos soon? Yes, I actually did one yesterday, and then my computer stopped halfway and said you're out of storage. So I have to redo it. I'll be doing more in the coming weeks. I've got quite a few people have asked for. So yeah, I will. Quite a few. Thanks so much, and yes, we love you so much. Loved your videos with John. Ah, thank you, Plakul. Can you make a video on emotionally unavailable men? Yeah, send me an email, but it's going to be reflected back at you. It won't be about them, it will be about you, you see. Can you please tell me how to let go of that? Didn't catch that. Pop it up again. Is it a good thing to listen to subliminals? Patty, you can. I know some people that have had really good success with them. Personally, I don't use them. I rather know what goes in my head rather than something that I'm not really 100% sure, and I'm not 100% trusting of the source. You know, there are that you can use them, but I prefer to, I prefer to lift the weights and get stronger on my own. But that's only my opinion, You can use them, go for it. If you resonate with them, go with it. And yes, does love spell work to get specific person back? Miss Yata, I'm not into spells. I think they're a bit creepy, and I also think they're trying to get into someone's psyche. I think it's about trying to get something from someone, and the whole law of attraction is about attraction. It's about giving, projecting. So I think spells, there's a bit of a dark thing to spells that I don't agree with. So, you know, up to you. Is there any video where you tell us your story about your specific someone? Yep. If you go to the channel, someone else asked me about it. I'm wearing a green sweatshirt, and it's a series that I did with Dan Peters. I'll put it down in the description here for you. Because he's asked me some stuff and I answer him there. I don't think all the parts talk about that, but I think there's a good 3 of the 5 parts talk about bits about my story. Manifesting thick hair. Darling, it's the same thing. You live in the end result. You imagine your hair the way you want it to be. You sleep in that night after night. You feel the hair on your shoulders. You feel yourself running your hands through it. You feel yourself putting it up in a ponytail or a bun. You might look at some images on Google of the hair that you want. Google images. Yeah? Sue, how do I get my crush back fast? Okay, Sue, if you're in the state of I want to get my crush back fast, that tells me that you think the love is over there. The love is not over there. It's over here with you. If you are trying to get over there fast, that means you're trying to get love from your person, and you cannot attract someone back when you are trying to get love. They will feel it, and they don't want that job of having to love you to make you feel better. They have their own selves to love. People want to be in relationships with people that give love to them, not people that are trying to suck love out of them like an oxygen tank, okay? Please go to my channel and watch Attraction versus Addiction. Actually, I'll put it in the description. Okay, you can't get things fast when you're in that state. It just doesn't work. How can I manifest a completely new relationship with a fresh start? Well, through working on you, your self-love, and learning to become someone who gives, you see. Can I say self-love affirmations loudly? Yes, you can. Hopefully not on the bus or the train. Pop that up again. I didn't read the rest. Do we detach from our specific someone? How does that part work? Well, you detach in terms of you letting go of I got to get from them. This is the thing. When you're in get mode, you can't get. It's the wrong energy. You got to be in give mode to receive. You got to feel lovable to get love. If you're in neediness, or you're in longing or desperation, or I've got to get this back, the energy about getting just keeps pushing the thing further and further and further away. You have to be feeling loved and feeling great to create love within and around you. Believing manifesting a breakup will help. I'm not sure what you mean there. I can't answer that one, darling. Agnes, how do you get rid of our insecurities like body type and age? Same way you get rid of anything. You stop focusing on it and you focus on the other side of the coin. So if it's I'm too old, then you go, I love the age I am. Okay? You got to change your thinking. You got to change your thinking. You got to change your thinking. Then that changes how you feel. Then that changes how you feel. Then that changes how you feel. Then that changes what you get. Changes what you get. Can you help me to let go of that belief, not loved because fat? Darling, you have to say, I am lovable. Just say, I am lovable. Let go of the rest of that sentence. Okay? Start to create the foundation of self-love, because that thought is very unloving to the self, which you probably already know. But yeah, like my friend William, who sent his body love for a long time and he lost all that weight, it's sending love to the body. How to consistently stay. I go on and off. This will help. Didn't catch that. And yes, do you have any meditation for depression? Yes, if you go to my channel, I'll put it in the description again. Just put in Agnes Vivarelli depression, I'll put it in the description as well. I think it was for anxiety and depression, but if you just put Agnes Vivarelli, meditation, depression, it'll come up. Hi, Miriam. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hina, thank you. Is visualizing in the day as powerful as at night before sleep? I would say no. Doing it before bed, when there's quiet, when your mind isn't distracted by all these other things you got to do, and you can totally focus, be uninterrupted, and then you take that into sleep. See, sleep is like the fertile soil. You're planting seeds into the soil when you take something into sleep. So yes, you can visualize during the day. I mean, I do meditations during the day, but it's to make me feel good. So I know it does something, but it's actually just to feel good for that day, for that afternoon. So that's important, but prior to sleep, that's the golden time. Okay? Shiani, my crush is interested in someone else more. Okay, I'm not sure what you want me to answer, so give me a bit more info. In time, hello. Hello. Darling, I don't understand those characters, unfortunately. Rubbing out work, thanks so much. Tanvi, good stuff. Gabriella, you're a good person, Agnes. Thank you, darling. Love to you. How can I say to my specific person the 17-second thought, and when we meditate, do our energy goes to them? Yeah, energy goes to people. See, the thing is, people always say, oh, can my person feel what I send? I think, because you know, sometimes you go, okay, oh, you just have a thought about somebody, but you don't go, oh, that person just sent me energy, okay? You don't consciously go, oh, I felt someone send me that and I've just received it, okay? People, I think people receive your energy because energy is a powerful thing. It goes out and they receive it, but it might be that they just think about you that day, or they think to send you a message, or they think of you fondly, or they text you or something, you know. But yeah, that's how it is in my experience. Love always. Hi, and yes, not sure if you catch earlier question. I had sent you a small write-up on a space and time collapse. If that's the email, love always, yes, I have received it. I haven't got to it yet, but yes, I have received it. Hello, if you start seeing a lot of signs, could that mean that your manifestation is very close to occurring? Could be. Yeah, could be. I think you can track and trace how close a manifestation is by how good you feel when you think about that subject, okay? So if you're no longer disturbed by having something or not having something, that's when you're close, because you've finally let go of all the resistance. Do you have any tips for me to quiet the thought, what if it doesn't manifest? Yeah, say to yourself, I'm a conscious creator. I can manifest. But you have to start practicing believing that. Neha, is it possible to manifest quickly? If so, how? It's to stop thinking I have to manifest quickly. People that want to get things quickly are people that are not happy here right now. And if you're not happy here right now, you can't get over there, because you're not at peace with the now. You're not at peace with here. Okay? Geeta, you're welcome. If I and my specific person both believe in LOA and we both think, oh, that was too quick. My anxiety disorder, God, too fast. Ah! Tips to manifest good health and a good surgery for a loved one. Yes, you can imagine that for them. Just create a scene where you see them healthy. See them in the best light. Do we stop the imaginal work once we got a clear picture in our mind in order to not stay in the asking place? Dan suggested this. Look, different people do it different ways. I personally like to keep imagining until it happens. Some people say you focus and then you drop it. I mean, I don't think about it all day, but I might create something for a year or two, and I'll think about it and imagine it regularly. Every night? No. 4 nights a week? Maybe 5? Yes. So, yeah, there's that thing of putting some energy into your thing. I mean, I know people that just say, okay, I just knew that it was time to stop imagining that. And it's like, okay, well, that's how it works for them. There's not one clear-cut way of doing it. So Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the visuals. I enjoy imagining something before it comes. It's a pleasure. So John says we have to imagine spooning with a specific person. Can you do something else? Yeah, you can do anything else. That was just an example, and that was the example that worked for me. So yes, you can walk. I mean, I think sometimes just walking on the beach, holding hands, and it's, you know, you see a beautiful sunset, or you imagine having breakfast in the morning in bed, having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or whatever it is that you like to have in the morning. You know, the scenes don't have to be that. You pick the scene you want. How to manifest multiple things together, say marriage and job. Well, you can say, isn't it wonderful what's happening to me now? Then you've got an umbrella statement rather than I've got to imagine this and this and this and this, you know, which can get tiring, especially if you're not great at imagining or visualizing. So yeah, try and do a general statement and then raise your feeling, okay? Isn't it wonderful what's happening to me now? That implies something wonderful is happening and you don't need to specify it. I keep seeing repeated numbers too, literally for a month straight now. How to consistently stay, I go on and off. Just practice, sunshine. It's just practice. I'm seeing numbers everywhere. Guckleberry, just Google them. Just Google them. People love to put, you know, the emphasis on numbers. If that's your thing, have a look and see what it says and enjoy reading about it and take it. If you feel like it's a sign for you, then you take it as a sign. There's nothing wrong with that. What if you attracted someone better than your ex, specific person who reflects your love to yourself? Okay, that's okay. How can I manifest a married person back? Liam, that's a big question. I can't really explain that in a couple of lines. That's a really big subject on its own. How do I manifest my guy wanting to be connected on social media? Darling, really, this whole social media thing, I have to say, people, you don't really want just social media contact. You want connection. Okay, you want to talk to somebody. You want to be enjoying conversation. Social media is not real life. Behind wanting social media, there is a lot more. The social media thing is just a doorway. So focus on the real thing you want. Social media will happen and look after itself once you get that real stuff in place. Go for wanting connection. Go for wanting good conversation. Go for having amazing contact. Go for having a beautiful relationship that you see the person, meet up with them. Okay? Go for the big stuff. The social media, it's a bit of a mirage. It's not real life. Go for the more important stuff. Okay? Kushi, what is happiness? Happiness is knowing and understanding that you can create whatever your heart desires. Once you know that, you are so much happier. And when you don't know that, it causes you a lot of distress. Once you really understand that happiness is within you, and you, through your thoughts and using your imagination, can bring things forth through the law of projection and then the law of attraction, that's a happy moment. That's a happy life. Can I imagine my husband breaking up with the other woman? I wouldn't go that way around the circle. Imagining negative things for other people, I would stay away from. If you want to be with him again, imagine you and him being together. That's a much more positive thing. And then the other woman gets taken care of. For a specific person, do we reach out, or should that be something? Okay, this whole subject of reaching out or not reaching out, and this is what I say all the time. If you're someone that did too much in a relationship and did all the contacting or 80% of it, I would suggest you pull back, you do your internal work, and you allow the person to come through you activating your self-love really, really strongly. If you're someone that did very little and they did a lot of the work and then you split up, yeah, maybe at some point you can step in and just give a little bit of contact and wait for them to respond. Remember, it's the law of attraction though. So you project out and you trust the universe will assemble it. Yes, Risha, you can manifest with open eyes. You can. I do it when I'm driving. I paste things onto the car in front of me. But I don't do that all the time. Obviously, with my eyes closed at home and no other distractions is better. Yeah. I stopped wanting the man I'm trying to manifest, but I still think about him. Does it mean it's getting close? I don't know, Jeanette. I can't say for sure. The stopping the wanting is a good sign. But if you want him still, as in the wanting has subsided, but you'd still like to be with him, start to give him something. Start to give him love. Start to radiate it out. Be someone who gives in relationship. Okay? How many times should we impress? Well, if, say, in the case of you go to bed, you do your imaginal scene of wanting to be with a specific person. Say you're using the skin to skin or you're using walking on the beach. Do that scene half a dozen times. That actually doesn't take long. You know, you're holding hands, you're walking on the beach, you feel the joy of it, you look at the sunset, you look at your person, you go, oh, I love this moment. And then you drop it. And then you do it again. Do it half a dozen times. What are your thoughts on emotional freedom technique, tapping to shift to more positive energy? Yes, I think it's, yeah, a lot of people use EFT. I've got a coach that I coached with, that did my course with me. She's gone off into that EFT. She actually did a couple of sessions with me. Yeah, it was powerful. It was good. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think you just got to try certain things that resonate with you to let go of stuff. You know, the Ho'oponopono is good for letting go of stuff. Can we become more disciplined in doing affirmations and meditation? Oh, how? You just make a decision. You can set your phone. You can set your phone for, you know, I'm going to do it 3 times a day. Set an alarm 3 times a day. Do it for 15 minutes. Just make a decision. Weird question, but my thing is manifesting like 60% already. I am now scared I will lose it. I didn't catch the rest of the question. Tomorrow is my big fashion day. I know. What can you suggest me? My specific person will be there. Miriam, just radiate the beautiful soul that you are. Just be in that state. Say to yourself constantly, I am loved. I am loved. I love myself. I love myself. Keep that going throughout the whole day. Go, 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 go. How to break the repetitive limiting belief forever. You got to practice doing a positive belief forever. See, this stuff isn't rocket science. It's the same half a dozen things over and over. I know a lot of you want some new amazing technique. The techniques are the same. It's self-love. It's self-love. It's self-love. It's meditation. It's meditation. It's meditation. It's affirmations. I am loved. I am whatever you want. Do the I ams a lot. Okay, what should I do if I'm still scared to lose what I've fully manifested? You got to change your thinking, darling. Change your thinking. Be committed to changing your thinking. How do I get my money back that I lent to someone I knew? Well, you imagine them giving it to you. That's the end result you want. See them giving it to you in your hand. I'm not feeling like meditating for getting anyone back now. I'm just feeling like meditating on self-love. Fantastic. See, even if you do that, that attracts stuff. Thank you. Really, you explained me what is happening. I'll keep following you. All right, Kat. All cool. And yes, what about big positive things happen when I don't believe it would happen? I'm not sure what you're asking me exactly. Okay, people. Well, I'm going to go and do a few things now. So I will do more YouTube lives, and I'm happy to help you. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for your questions, and I hope some of you are, you know, really applying this stuff. Well, a lot of you are, so. Lovely to see you all, and thank you for hopping on. I'll put the stuff that I mentioned in the description, okay? All right. Lots of love, and see you soon.